Hi. Almost 2 years. So, hi, I'm Kim. I just got home from the bar. Anyway, I have pictures. So it's almost 2 years, not a lot to report, but I told some of you guys that I would give you some feedback since having some new images. Not good news. Family front, family stuff's going really well. Got some helpers, everything's good there. Work's going well too. So in terms of me, I'm okay. I'm okay. News doesn't sound so good, but I'm gonna show you what I have. So you guys have been asking for images of my MRI, and I am not tech savvy at all. As you can tell, I'm like standing because my couch has too many pillows right now. So I'm not really tech savvy, so I don't know how to do this. So I figured if I like stood this up, maybe I can get like more things in the picture. All right, so my MRI. This is actually post-surgery. So I have no idea how I'm gonna show this to you guys, but hopefully you can see. If not, oh well. So, okay, so this is my surgery. So prior to having ACDF from C4 to C7 done, actually, I just wanna make sure I don't have any like personal information on here. I don't think so. No, okay. So here's my spine. So if you can tell, this guy was awesome. He printed everything out for me. So if you can tell, so I have stenosis, and if you guys know, stenosis is basically just a narrowing of the spinal column. So my spinal cord is kind of tight, but this is again post-surgery. So this is a lot better. It's still pretty dark, I guess. Not much room, but I have, how do I do this? Okay, it's actually numbered. So C3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and T1. So I had 3-level fusion done. I had C3 to C4, C4 to C5, yada, 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 all the way down to C7. What's going on now? So from having these images done, I'm gonna show you some more. Again, I don't know how to like upload stuff, but that would be kind of cool. But as you can see, it's still impinging. And if you guys remember, some of the other doctors were saying that my issues were coming from below the fusion into my thoracic, which it kind of is. However, this doctor says that it's coming from above my fusion. So you can still see that there's like some generation and some bulging happening. All right, so this is the bad news. Am I smiling? I don't know. I was watching some of my videos back and I was just like, I seem too giddy. But I think it's just because this is just life. So you have to kind of laugh. I don't know. But let me show you this. So as you guys remember, I had a flexion x-ray done, as well as a CAT scan. I think that was actually the CAT scan. Just to kind of see how the fusion is going. And again, I am almost 2 years post-surgery. After the surgery, I think I had like my 1-year follow-up, and the doctors were like, you're good, everything should be okay. Why am I having pain? Why am I still having numbness in my left hand? Why am I still having some pain? Why is it traveling over to my right side? Don't know, because everything kind of shows cervical spine is okay. Having this x-ray done, the moving x-ray, so as you guys can see, there is my cage and the 4 screws going into C3, 4, 5, 6, you know, yada, yada, yada. So this is flexion or extension. I forget which one is down. And as you can see, there's movement happening in the bony spots that are back here in the back of your neck. But it looks kind of cool, right? Here's the other side. This is, actually, no, wait, hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, this is just the x-ray of what's going on. Here's the screws, and I forget what he was saying. Oh, this was the x-ray where he's showing how behind the spine, the reason that he's thinking I need to get the laminectomy done through the back of the neck is because the bones are moving. It just seems so subtle though, like between here and here. It seems so subtle, but I mean, he said that that's probably what's happening in terms of the pain. But the big news is why the pain is happening is, shit, hold on, I showed you the wrong one. This. So this is what's happening. This is C3 to C4, and this is the first screw. If you can see, give me a second. I don't know why I'm all flustered. Hi, Jedi. This is just an impromptu one. I got home and I was like, let me hurry up and hop on since I still have some sunlight. So if you guys can see, this is the first screw. A little bit of darkness around here, which he called a halo, but he says that that seems like it's kind of fused. However, because this one, upon flexing and extending, this one has what he calls a halo, that means that the fusion did not take. So I have a screw kind of just bouncing around. So, not great news, but at least I have some answers, which I've been searching for 2 years. If you're on this journey and you're not really getting answers and you just keep getting told, like, I don't know, things seem okay, I guess come in for another surgery. No. So I had this done again. All of these images and the evaluations were done through a neurosurgeon through Jefferson. My original surgery was through an orthopedic surgeon from Rothman, who I still adore. I think did a great job. I don't think that this was because of them. I think it was just genetics. So this is where I'm going to kind of go into like a little spiel about what's happening, what I think happened. So if you've watched all the videos, which I don't blame you if you didn't, but if you've watched all the videos, you'll see that after my surgery, I was kind of moving a little bit too much and I had lifted a heavy box, felt some pain, and then I was just not good since then. That was like New Year's Day of 2021 into 2022. So that's what happened. What I'm thinking also exacerbated it was my diet was so poor. I don't cook. I don't eat a lot. I don't eat well, and I definitely did not eat enough protein. So if you're having this surgery done, if you just had the surgery done, load up on your protein as much as possible. If I could go back in time, I would have like meal prepped, had some friends cook for me. I would have maybe cooked a little bit more. Kind of too late now, because even though the screw isn't fused, the guy said that the disc, like the bottom of the disc or something, is already like solidified. So nothing I do now is going to really change it. So yes, what do I recommend? I recommend doing PT before surgery, strengthening your muscles. I'm actually going for PT, I think starting next week, 2 weeks. So I'm going to be doing that to see if I can strengthen the muscles in my neck, to see if I can hold off on surgery, because that takes me to the next point, which is the doctor said, yes, I'm going to need surgery. I had brought up all the wonderful ideas that you guys have presented to me in terms of like disc replacements, laminectomy, fromenectomy, all the things. And he kind of looked a little bit like curious. He was like, maybe a disc replacement, just one level, because again, in the United States, we don't really have many options and insurance doesn't pay for a lot of things. And cervical spine, they don't really recommend disc replacement, especially more than one level. Again, I had C3 to C7 done, and that's 3 levels. So he said possibly the disc above my fusion where I have the adjacent segment disease, that possibly I could get a disc replacement, the M6 replacement there. But he said he would have to do some research. Again, he keeps saying, Kim, you're almost 40, you're too young, and you seem like you degenerate quickly. I don't know how I really take that. Anyway, he was just basically like, you know, because of what he sees so far, and it's 2 years out, and the fusion didn't hold for whatever reason. I didn't have a strong enough muscle grouping going on. Maybe my diet was terrible. Maybe I moved too much. I did too much. So all those things, guys, definitely before surgery, after surgery, load up on your protein as much as possible, your bone broths and all the things that people tell you to do, and you're like, do it. Don't end up like me. Don't be like me. Don't lift things. Don't vacuum. Don't do a lot of things, but just follow the doctor's orders as much as possible. Have as much help as possible. Yeah, so he says, Kim, you're going to need surgery. You're going to need it definitely above the fusion. And I'm going to possibly need the top disc that I have fused redone. And he says that it's going to be probably a 2-part surgery where he goes back through the front to kind of fix the screw, I guess. And then once I heal up and everything, then they go through the back of the neck to do all of that stuff back there. not looking forward to it. And again, he says, hold off as long as I can, because he says, like, we can't guarantee things. We can't guarantee that I'm not going to end up worse afterwards, or I'm going to, that it's going to fix issues. So as of right now, I can tolerate the pain. Bad news is I did start back at pain therapy. I needed a couple of my pain meds a few times. So I opened up my case again, but I haven't needed any of the meds since. So it kind of sucks, because now flight school, if you guys were noticing, like, I was doing flight training to get my pilot's license, that's really on hold now because I took 2 of my pain pills and my case is back open. But it's okay. I can get back to that dream or find something else to do. But I did need some pain meds because, again, I can't describe the pain. It's just kind of, like, I was out today. I was out today with my girlfriend. We went to a vineyard. It was really good, kind of hot out. Had a good time, but the entire time that I'm there, it's like, oh, the achy, the dull chronic ache. And then I'm starting to get like splinter feelings throughout like my back and my butt. It's just nonstop. So you just push through it and you don't talk about it, and you're just sitting there hanging out and trying to be normal, whereas inside you're just like, you're holding your breath. And you guys know, if you're watching this, you guys know what we do when we're trying to be like normal, pain-free people. So anyway, so I went out, had fun. Driving home, I'm kind of like, ooh, this sucks. Tylenol, I need some Tylenol. But I'm all over the place because I was not really expecting to do this. But generally what I'm coming to conclude to is, do your PT before and after, have a good diet, follow the directions, and hold off as long as possible. I don't like saying that, but ultimately I think that's what it comes down to, is hold off as long as possible. Pain, hold off as long as possible. And I know that you can really get in your head, you can get angry and irritable and sometimes suicidal. I get it. And sometimes it just sucks having to come up with excuses to hold on. It does get better to some extent. It's just we kind of have to adapt to a new normal instead of expecting that it's going to be life like before all this stuff happened. So yeah, I don't know, just hold off as long as possible and just do any pain management that you can do. And yeah, that's kind of what I conclude to, is the doctor says I'm going to need more surgery above the spine, or above the fusion, and then throughout the spine. So that's kind of what I concluded to. I shared with you guys the different things that I said like helped me. I kind of linked everything. I don't know if I did it right. And again, these are just the pictures. I wish I was more tech savvy like some of you. But if you haven't had surgery and you're kind of like, what does it look like? That's what it looks like. That's 3 levels through the front, through ACDF surgery. And that's what it looks like. So if some of you guys are having trouble swallowing, or you kind of feel something, like that's your esophagus and your trachea. Am I getting my anatomy wrong? Oh, and you can tell I had a root canal. Yeah, so if you guys are noticing some swallowing issues, some pain, this is kind of like right, this is like right here. So like from here to here. So a lot of my pain is here. It's also like between my shoulder blades. It's because of that. And he thinks that the halo, he seems to think that the movement of the spine is, or the movement of the screw is what's causing a lot of the pain, as well as the disc above. So that's what it is, guys. Stenosis. And I have this throughout my entire spine. So normal people, if you guys remember me trying to like describe my like, you know, spine earlier in the earlier videos, is normal people that don't have stenosis have a much wider spinal canal. So the white that you guys see next to the spinal cord, you're supposed to have a lot more white. And when you have stenosis or disc issues, it infringes on that space. And if you have stenosis, you already have very limited space that you're playing with. So that's what I have. And then I have spots in the lumbar area. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna start making videos of my cat, which is, there he is. I haven't cleaned up yet. Like I said, I just got back. This is kind of everything. All the questions, all the love, all the support, feel free to keep sending my way. I'm going to continue to pretend to be perky and happy, just because that's my disposition. I'll cry in private. If you know, you know. But ultimately, I'm okay till I'm not okay. If you guys are having nerve issue or issues with coordination, bowel bladder, especially bowel bladder, that's an emergency. Definitely you need to get in, get something done. But if your main issue is like numbness, tingling, yeah, that's definitely something to get like checked out. But if it's mostly pain, yes, at some point you want to get pain checked out because it's really annoying to sit in that pain. But in terms of surgery, I would say unless you're in excruciating pain where you can't function, you can't do anything except for like catching your breath and exist, then if surgery is an option for you, then I would say find the right doctor. But if you can put up with the pain, put up with it as long as possible, because it seems like what everybody had mentioned before, like once you go in, you might need more. There are some people that are super lucky and they're one and done. They really took good care of themselves. I don't think I did. If I'm truly honest with myself, I think my hyper independence really screwed me up, and doing too much too soon and not eating enough protein or just a good diet in general, I think is what contributed to a lot of these issues. So if I ate really well, had a good diet, didn't lift random things, didn't vacuum, didn't turn as much and do things too soon, and if I would have kept up with PT, would I be in the same issue or have it in the same like situation? I don't know. But if I'm trying to have as much insight as possible to give you guys, don't do what I did. So from my house to yours, it's Sunday, it's super hot out, and I need to go hop in the shower. But again, I'm coming up on my 2-year mark. Today's June 5th, I think. And my surgery was August 24th of 2020. I don't know. Should I keep making videos? You guys just want to see me like acting all weird? I don't know if I'm going to have other images or what have you, because the next step is doing PT. The surgeon said that he's going to forward all of my images over to the original surgeon, but he was just like, you don't really need to come back unless you are having more issues or you think you want to follow through with the surgery. So right now it's just going to be PT and kind of like a wait and see. This is completely dead. It kind of like got a little bit worse, and now it's like really dead. Still having it in the other fingers at times. The right hand is starting to go. It happens a lot at night and waking up to like numb arms and fingers. The lower back pain is nonstop. So I'm finding that I'm like standing up and like leaning over to decompress as much as possible, which I just found out you're not supposed to do. Like, yes, get up, stretch for a little bit, but don't do it too often or for too long. Whatever. So if you want more videos, if you have other questions, if you want to just see me be goofy, if you want to like, you know, have some pictures of my cat, let me know. But my house to yours, have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.